We screen print t-shirts. We use ink and we squeegee the ink onto the t-shirts. Then we take them to the washout tub and we spray degreaser on them and ink remover, and then we scrub them and we remove all the stuff off the screen. We use a heat press to where we can heat press designs on the t-shirts. We make banners, and all we do is we print it out on banner vinyl and then we weed it and we squeegee and everything on to the banner. We embroider t-shirts and hats and almost anything you want embroidered. We make NCR forms for businesses. We make business cards. We make shirts for the schools and for basketball, all types of sports and band and archery and stuff like that. And we make shirts for other schools and businesses. One of the current projects we're working on right now is we're making banners for all the teachers, and the banners are where they went to college. And another project we're working on right now is we're making the True Beauty Girls Group t-shirts, and we're screen printing those, and they have about 3 different colors on them, so we have to screen print with 3 different screens. And they're going to go to the True Beauty Girls Group.
Okay, our class is sponsored by Caduceus, and it's a new program we have at our school. It's at the end of the year, after we take this class, we have enough hours to take the state test for our pharmacy class. And after we take this test, and if we pass, because it's really hard, we will be certified pharmacy techs, and we can work in a pharmacy and under a pharmacist, and we can work or in a hospital and doing IV bags. This is the vertical laminar hood that our school bought for us for this program. When we walk in pretty much every day, we have our lesson plans for the board, and it tells us what we're going to do. We do different labs and stuff, how to count pills, how to clean the hood, pretty much anything in a pharmacy we can do. And these are the books that we use. Pretty much, yeah.
I have mostly juniors that start off fall of their junior year. If they take Intro to Ag Mechanics, they get a certification in what's called core curriculum, and it's basically a safety and basic construction knowledge certification that they can take to a construction employer and get a job and a little bit of an increase in pay from someone who was just to walk off the street without that certification. And then if they stay with it until until the spring of that year, they go into ag metal fabrication. And in ag metal fabrication, they can get a certification for level 1 welder, which is entry-level welder certification, which can get them some pretty big bucks.
It is actually mainly a lab class. Like, we have chemistry for Mr. Starr, and that's more or less reading, and forensics is actually getting involved. Like, we take samples, do labs, test things, and that's really what forensics is. A lot of labs.
You do chemical analysis. We've been doing thumbprints, fingerprints, ID. We just got done testing metals, which we just did the other day. We are now on soil and glass analysis, which we are beginning to work on. Drugs and alcohol, we've tested those with the color spot test, and that's where you pour like hydrochloric acid into hydrocodone and it comes up a certain color. We had 2 different crime scenes. There was the girls in the forensics class created a crime scene, and us guys had to figure it out. And they created a crime scene for us, and we had to solve it with what we knew. And then next week after that, we created the crime scene, and they had to solve our crime.
The crimes involved everything that we have learned up to that point. The big crime scene that we'll do at the end is going to involve everything we've learned throughout the year. So not only are we actually learning it step by step, but we actually have to get in and create. Like, we have to create that crime scene. We have to look for what we have done tests for before in the past. It's everything coming together.
Be the criminal. I think if we were asked to help out with a crime scene, I think that our class would be prepared after this year, that our class would be prepared to help any police investigation or FBI investigation with whatever they need, because we will have the training from Coach Park and we will know what to do when the time comes.
We do this because one day we will create the perfect crime.
Oh, yes.
We do a bunch of different things in here, mainly getting us ready for business, I guess. We have a whole bunch of different responsibilities, such as checking the money whenever we come in each period and writing down how much we have, just like you would do in any other business whenever you're doing paperwork at the end of each shift. We do things like taking inventory and, you know, making coffee and all that sort of thing. We actually learned how to make coffee. It's not just like a coffee machine. You actually have to steam your milk, and there's a whole bunch of different flavors that go into it. And there's actually, you know, you have to make sure that it's at a decent temperature for everybody, and how much coffee to actually put in there, because it's all separately, and you all do it, you know, separately.
Well, in business application, we do everything our teacher tells us. Basically, we are the employee, the teacher is the boss. So they tell us what to do, and we do it. We do everything from filing, grading, copying, organizing, anything the teacher tells us to do. You get experience, and it teaches you responsibilities. It teaches you when you get a job that you will get the job done right the first time. You'll be more respectful to your employer, and you'll listen to what he says, and this teaches you that you need to do your job right, and if you don't, then you will get fired.
We prepare ourselves to be a nurse's assistant. We practice everything from keeping our work area clean, making beds, checking blood pressure, doing vital signs. We make sure that the resident is comfortable and they have everything that they need. Privacy is always provided, and we always make sure to use safety. We're all certified in CPR now. We just got our certification last week. We learned how to do pulse and make sure that see if the resident is responding or the victim is responding, and how to take care of the situation properly.
Cody, it messed up.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know.
Maybe it ran off track.
What's the problem?
The video ran off track.
We're gonna cut to commercial. You got 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Hi.
Hi.
I came to ask you a question. Will you go to prom with me?
Need a moment? Chew it over with a Twix.
Is that a yes? Thank you. Yes.
When you need a moment, just grab a Twix.
Well, fixed it.
That was easy.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. What's Final Cut Pro all about? Well, I can only answer that question with 3 words. Filming, editing, and producing. Nice. Alright, cut.
That's a wrap.